Good morning, this is DW from Florida. Now I want to show you how to grow a avocado pear. Now don't get me wrong, there's probably lots of videos out there that are showing you how to grow avocado pears, but guess what? None of them have got me on it, so that makes it worth my while. I've always loved growing avocados since my father in England grew one, and it got to about 4 foot tall. Never ever produced any fruit or berries, as these are called, berries. But I've probably, picked that up growing, seeing my father and wanted to do it, and ever since then I've grown some. Now, like I said, this is classed as a berry or a pear because of the shape. Now this is the Floridian avocado, which we call it alligator pear. It's because of its size. It's actually larger, one of the largest ones, and it beats the Californian one in size, hands down. Now this is a smooth skin. You can feel a little bit of pebbly stipple or whatever on it, but compared to the Californian one, they have it's got a pebbly skin all the way around it. Now there are hundreds of types of avocados, hundreds, and they are grown throughout the world, Mexico, South America, Britain, wherever. But obviously, I'm going to show you this style at the moment. Now, these have got lots of potential. They help you with skin, they help your body, they help you with the proteins and the nutrients and everything else like that. So they are absolutely awesome. You can even eat the skin. You can eat, obviously, the insides, the soft tissue inside. Obviously, you don't eat the seed because that's what you need to grow. But in California, they actually grow 7 commercially. They're known as the Hass, Hass variety, and they account really for 95% of the total crops, which go from spring to fall. So that's the ones you see in the shop, so the supermarkets. Really, they're the smaller ones. But like I said, California ones are the larger ones. Now the pit or the stone, which is inside that. Obviously, you would slice this open. You would peel it back. I can shake this, and I can actually hear the seed. So that means it's come out from inside. It's ready. So cut this, open it up, and you get the seed inside. Now there are different varieties. I've actually taken the skin off this. The skin was the darker colour, but I like to take the skin off. And what I normally do is soak it in water, in a bowl of water. Now, if you're eating these already, why throw the seed away? It makes no sense. Why not grow a tree? Why not produce something that you can re-eat later on, or you can use later on? So with these, I soak them in water, and then the actual skin, I think they call it a pip, the pit or the stone, it becomes soft. Well, first of all, that's helping the seed inside, the core of this, where the roots come from. But like I said, I like to soak them and then get a wire wool or a brush, or even pick it by hand and just pick the skin off. I don't always do that, depending on how busy I am. If I've got some time to sit back and do this, I will do it. But I like to peel it off because I'm just saving the rotting of the skin or this leafy part, the outer shell. I'm just saving that from rotting in the water, and because that actually can smell later on, and I like to scrape off the bottom part so it helps with the seed to break through easier. And you're not hurting anything by doing it hard, rubbing it hard, or whatever. Especially when the seed's been soaked already. And there's the eyes there. Now I'm looking at this, and it looks like there's 2 eyes, which those 2 eyes, like a potato, you call them eyes, but you will see on here there's 2 little dots, there and there. This one, there's just 1 here. And I think that means that that's where the shoots are going to come from, because I've always wondered why has some got 2 shoots or roots coming out and some got 1. But I think that there's your answer. The different varieties of the pit or the avocado pears. Now, I've got it in my bone now to clear that off, but I'll do that as I'm going on. Right, okay, so what are the benefits of having avocados? Well, we all know there's lots of benefits with avocados. One, they are, for the hair for instance, it's got more oil content than virgin olive oil. So if you use it for your hair, it helps with the, I want to say the follicle or the base, the hair to grow thicker. That's one. If you make a face mask out of it, put it on for 25 minutes, it helps with wrinkles. I know I've got wrinkles up here, but I'm laughter lines as I call them. It helps with wrinkles, it helps with repairing the skin. That's important for a lot of women, so you could use it, you could eat some of it and then mix your face mask and put it on and leave it for 25 minutes. What else? Obviously it's good for the protein, the potassium, the healthy things that go into your body. Now, like I said, you can actually eat it every single day. They say there is a slight poison to it, but it's not a poison that can kill anyone. And you have to have tons of this stuff to even, make you feel. I think every fruit has got some sort of acidity or some sort of poison to it, but it's not a poison that can kill us. Now, they do say, if you're gonna eat it every day, eat it proportional. Don't overdo it, because obviously through that you will be getting calories. And by having small portions, if you're not running around, if you're not burning these calories off, you don't want to be getting fat. Maybe you do. Maybe there's something wrong and you need to put on weight. Then you eat lots of it, lots, and you're going to be eating, getting those calories. But it's not something that's gonna, you're gonna obviously see. These are healthy foods, and there is reports that came out I think 2-3 years ago, that it helps towards breaking or fighting the cancer. How much that's true, I don't know. I'm not a scientist, and we do know that anything that will help cure cancer, you'd try it. Of course, you'll try it. But that's another story. Now, so that's that. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you slice this with a knife, soft knife, whatever, because this is ripe at the moment. I can feel it's soft. You'll cut. I'm not cutting this because my wife wants to use it for something else. So you slice it, peel it open, and inside you'll see the actual flesh of the actual avocado. Then you've got your seeds or your pits. And like I said, with this one it's got 2 eyes, with this one it's got 1 eye. Makes no difference, it just means that the root system is going to be different. Now, what we normally do is, when we've soaked it, and the skin now, these look like little brains, but the skin now is soft. You will put a hole in by pushing it in, and it goes in like that. Now you're doing it at an angle. You do it at an angle so it's facing upwards, not downwards or straightwards, whatever. Then you put your next one in. Oops. Ooh, I'm going to change that one, that's soft. Then you put the next one in, like so. And then finally, your last one. Like that, like so. Now, that's the top, it's rounded, and the bottom is slightly flatter, always has been, always will be. So it stands like that, it won't stand on its head. Okay, so then what you do is you get your beakers or your containers. This is a pot noodle. Salt, it's a bit stronger than this. I sometimes start them in this, and then when they've got leaves, I put them in this one because it's sturdier. So that's what I'll do. Get some water from the tap. Pour it right to the top, or near to the top. place it in, and it has to sink into that. If you think it's too much, which it won't be, because water covering this skin is always going to absorb. And you will notice if you've got it on a windowsill in an area where you can keep your eyes on it, you know, windowsills are great because sunlight comes through. Sunlight, you know, warms this up and it wants to find the sun. The roots want to come out, and the leaves want to come out to go to the sun. So that's enough water there, you know, so it's not going to spill. I'll not do this one straight away. So I'll move that out of the way while that's soaking there. Now, I'm going to show you this. This is one that we did, I reckon, about 3 months ago. Now, don't get me wrong. Anyone who grows avocados will not say to you, oh, it's going to take a long time. They just show you it and they say, there you go, that's how to do it. What you don't realize is these are very slow growers. 3 months to get this. It's a single root system on this one. I don't know if you can see it. It's cracked there. It opens up and it cracks all the way around. That's the seed inside there, or where everything comes from, and obviously the leaf, the stem coming up. Now, as I've said, there are different styles, and this is one with 2 roots, as you can see. Now, what I like to do is when I put them in the water, I'll change the water out once a week. Sometimes if I've been somewhere, I'm going somewhere, and I'm not back for another week or whatever, so it's 2 weeks, so be it. But make sure you top them up by just, you know, when it's ready, put some more water in, or empty it out and clean it. Now, when it's got this the casing on it, the actual shell part, that sometimes can get dirty, make the water dirty. So, and it, you know, I like to just give it fresh water. By looking after these guys, they'll look after you. They'll grow, they'll start to work, they'll start to produce. Now, don't get me wrong. For this to get to, let's say, the 10-inch stage, is one I made earlier. This is a 10-inch stage. Now, believe it or not, this is the same batch. But they're all 3 months. They've been sat there for 3 months. Some want to grow quicker. This is only a single root, but some want to grow quicker. Now, what I've done with some of these, I've tested by putting powder, growth powder, root growth powder, just a sprinkle into the water, top the water up, dip these in, and as you dip them in, if there's a root started, like this smaller one, it gets the root, pushes it down, starts to help. And that's what I find is a great idea. Now, well, let me show you this one more time. This, as you can see, has got the 2 leaves, but this is not going to produce anything. It's going to take years. If this is a 3 month, 6 month, all it's going to be doing is having more leaves. And it's going to stay the same sort of size. It may grow another inch or whatever, but it's, you know, it's all about structure. It's all about building the stem, growing the bark, you know, growing it, the actual, this bit, growing the stem, getting it thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker, and building the root system. This one will be ready. I'm gonna be swapping it over in the next couple of weeks into a pot. Now, I have got some in pots. I've got another 5, and those other 5 are in a big pot with nice compost, with soil, with feeder that I've dropped on, and they're watered from the rain as a standard. But when it's drier seasons, I water every 2 days. Not overdoing it, but they do like water. But the thing is, you know, all they've done is they may have grown a couple inches more, but they've got more leaves on. They've got a thicker stem. That's what they're trying to do. The root system's growing, the stem's growing, and I've got another 3 out in the garden, which are 4 foot, 5 foot, 4.5 foot, that sort of thing. And all they're doing is giving more leaves, giving more stems, sticking to a nice size, but thickening the base, because these will never grow a seed, a pear, a fruit, a berry, whatever you want to call it, until it can hold the weight of the mass production that it will give you. So never expect it for a quick, oh, let's put them in the garden, next year I should have seeds, or I should have berries, I should have, avocados growing. No. Imagine, let's say 5 years, and I think that's meant 5-6 years, that's when maybe you'll start seeing something. And whether the first crop's going to be edible, don't know. I've not looked into it that deep. Mine, it's just a labor of love. Let them grow. Get them in the garden if you've got a garden. Get them further away from the house, because these will grow into big trees. And when they produce, I've seen a big tree, when they produce, you will love them forever, because they are classed as, in my eyes, gold. We've got friends who are in one of the islands, Cayman Islands, and to buy a avocado pear is $5 for one. In Florida, we spend $1 for one. Sometimes you can get a good deal when they're a bit more ripe. But this is something that can help you in life, survive, food, growing your own crops, blah, 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 apple trees, pear trees, fruit trees, sprouts, whatever. This is one of those crops. It's for a long term. Grow it, nurture it, love it, look after it. It gives us oxygen. We give it our crap coming out of our bodies, and it uses it. So that's the advantage. I mean, there's different sizes. I've got one here which is actually split now. It's split into 2. Look at that. I've got 2 for the price of 1. Nothing's come out of that one, but it's come out of that one. But this is a fat, juicy piece. So put them back together, just make them, I think the twins. Might have to put another piece in that to hold it. I'll do that later. But yeah, that's what you've got to do. Just keep them going. Now, I'm going to show you this one. Obviously, that's an older one. Let me move this one out of the way. These 2 went in at the same time. But you can probably see this water here is darker than this water. Now, it's not because I haven't changed it, because they always change at the same time. And I've got about 10 that are growing from this same period. This one, as it's starting to get slimy through the split there. Now, what I like to do is I like to wash this off. Get it under the water, rinse it off, get that slime off, because all that slime's going to do is rot the pit, rot the seed. Yeah. So clean it off, wash it off. If you need to wire wool it, get it off, brush it off, whatever you want to do. Always clean the water out. I've left this so I could show you. But this one, healthy, growing its root. So just bear that in mind. If you see it getting dirty, clean the water, clean the pit, clean everything, and then put it back in. And I'm leaving this, I'm giving this the benefit of the doubt. Because of that split that's going through there, that's telling me something is happening. But I just don't want it to rot inside. I don't want it to die off. That's why I'm keeping on top. So once a week or once every 2 weeks, change the water. You'll see it getting dirty. You'll see it's low. Top it up. Really, that's it. Then when it gets to the certain size, when you've got more leaves on there, more root system, because they'll love this water. While you're leaving it like this, while they've got sunlight, while they've got warmth, while they've got water, they will grow. Then put them into a nice pot. But don't damage the root system when you're doing that. Sprinkle the soil onto the root, put some at the bottom first, put the pit in, don't let that be, don't put the seed into the soil and bury it, leave it visible still. It's the roots that need to grow. So please subscribe to me. I do all sorts of things, from repairing cars, from building things, whatever. Life's a learning lesson for all of us. I always say, yes, I talk a lot, but guess what? It saves you guys having to mess around. If I do the errors, let me do the errors, let me mess up, let me find out the problem solving, and then it makes it easy for you guys. So I'm shy of 1,000. I would love to do this for a full-time job, literally doing different things, finding out what everyday life's DIY lessons are, find out the repairs that we need to do, and solving those problems for you. So please subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down, I don't mind. A thumbs down, if you give me a thumbs down, tell me why. Because I need to know what you guys are looking for out there. And the more subscriptions I get, I'll be grateful. So thank you very much. Let's watch this one grow together if need be. I'll give you an update later on and we'll go from there. Thank you guys. Have a great day, have a great life, and life's for living. So you take care and I'll speak to you all soon. Thank you, and get subscribing.